Shri Krishna Janmashtami Mahamotsav ki Jai. I'd like to welcome all of you. We'll start with this verse. Please repeat. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकय चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं अन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे नमो महावदान्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामने गौरद्विषे नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 3, entitled The Birth of Lord Krishna. This is text number 47. Please repeat. ततश्च शौरेर्भगवत् प्रचोदितः सूतं समादाय ससूतिकाग्रहान् यदा बहिर्गन्तुमिहेष तर्यजा ययोगमाया जनिनन्दजाजया ततश्च शौरेर्भगवत् प्रचोदितः सूतं समादाय ससूतिकाग्रहान् यदा बहिर्गन्तुमिहेष तर्यजा ययोगमाया जनिनन्दजाजया ततश्च शौरिर्भगवत् प्रचोदितः सूतं समादाय ससूतिकाग्रहान् यदा बहिर्गन्तुमिहेष तर्यजा ययोगमाया जनिनन्दजाजया ततश्च शौरिर्भगवत् सूतं समादाय ससूतिकाग्रहान्। माताजी माताजी ततश्च शौरेर्भगवत् प्रचोदितः धूतं समादाय कृतिकाग्रहात् A word to word meaning with repetition. Tataha, thereafter. Cha, indeed. Shaurihi, Vasudev. Bhagavad Prachoditaha, being instructed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Sutam, his son. Samadaya, carrying very carefully. Saha, he. Sutikagraha, from the maternity room. Yada, when. Bahigrantum, to go outside. Ihesha, desired. Tarhi, exactly at that time. Aja, the transcendental energy, who also never takes birth. Ya, who, Yogamaya, is known as Yogamaya. Ajani, took birth. Nanda Jajaya, from the wife of Nanda Maharaj. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Abhay Charanand Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. Thereafter, exactly when Vasudev, being inspired by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, was about to take the newborn child from the delivery room, Yogamaya, the Lord's spiritual energy, took birth as the daughter of the wife of Maharaj Nanda. Purport? Sri Vishnu Chakra Thakur discusses that Krishna appeared simultaneously as the son of Devaki and as the son of Yasoda, along with the spiritual energy Yogamaya. As the son of Devaki, he appeared as Vishnu, and because Vasudeva was not in the position of pure affection for Krishna, Vasudeva worshipped his son as Lord Vishnu. Yashoda, however, pleased her son Krishna without understanding his godhood. This is the difference between Krishna as a son of Yashoda and as a son of Devaki. This is explained by Vishnu Chakravartin on authority of Harivamsa. I would like to seek the blessings of all the devotees and in specific all the senior devotees and anyone watching online, offline, just to serve you whatever we have heard from our superiors and read in the Acharya's commentaries. Today, we are celebrating Sri Krishna Janmashtami Mahotsav. It's a very auspicious day. I was just remembering how in 1965, His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, how did Srila Prabhupada celebrate Janmashtami? In 1965, Srila Prabhupada was on Jaladuta. He was on the ship. Just the previous year of that, he was in Vrindavan. And he celebrated the Janmashtami of 1965 in the ship. The Leelamrit and many other current acharyas describe how Srila Prabhupada celebrated. He actually gave a lecture to the crew over there and the captain, and he distributed some prasadam and he had some kirtans. Because Srila Prabhupada had that Janmashtami in 1965, we are all able to sit here and celebrate Janmashtami. Thousands of centers all around the world, thousands of devotees, all because of the grace of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada. So that is always very important for us to remember. And I was just 5 minutes. We will just discuss the glory of Srimad Bhagavatam, and then we'll get into the history of. We will see how important it is for us to hear Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 8, Text 5, it mentions Pravishta Karna Randrena Swanan Bhava Saroruham Dhunoti Samalam Krishna Salilasya Yathasharat. It says how Srimad Bhagavatam Katha is so amazing that it enters through the ears to the heart of the person who is sincerely hearing and who is taking the message also seriously. Both. What are two things? Sincerely hearing and taking the message seriously. Just one shloka behind that, it's mentioned how Shrinvata Shraddhaya Nityam Granachasta Swateshritam Kalena Nati Dirgena Bhagavan Vishateriti. He says how those devotees or those persons who hear Srimad Bhagavatam regularly, and again here it's mentioned about the seriousness, they will have Supreme Personality of God manifested in their hearts. So today is Janmashtami, so we are wanting the Lord to be manifested in our heart. So we are actually praying for that. So the right way to do that is by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. And Srimad Bhagavatam also, it's very amazing how for the devotees, let us start with the history of Vasudeva Maharaj, Kamsa and Devaki, and about the sick children and how did this all start about. Yeah. So just before this, we all have heard of Parikshit Maharaj, correct? He was the person who heard Srimad Bhagavatam and he's very glorious personality. In fact, Parikshit Maharaj, he was so small, I mean, when he was in the embryo itself, he got the darshan of the Lord. And he was helpless when Ashwatthama fired the Brahmastra. But his mother Uttara prayed for him. And because of the prayers of Uttara, the Lord held Parikshit Maharaj inside the womb. Now, it's amazing how actually Parikshit Maharaj is able to remember what happened in his embryo also. Do anyone of us remember what we had, what prasadam our Mataji ate? Or it's very, we don't remember anything, isn't it? That remembrance of what is there in the embryo, even that is given by Krishna to Parikshit Maharaj. So Parikshit Maharaj was very, very grateful that Krishna saved my life. But post Parikshit Maharaj's tenure, and just towards the end of Dwapar Yuga, there was a lot of irreligion which was spreading around the globe. And Bhumi Devi, who was Mother Earth, she was terrified by this. She takes the form of a cow and she goes to Brahmaji and she says, please, can you, help me? There's a lot of irreligiosity on this planet. Can you please help? Then Brahmaji goes to Shirodakshaya Vishnu and he prays. And his prayers are answered in a conversation between Lord Brahma and Shirodakshaya Vishnu. Post this, Brahmaji comes and tells the Devatas, Haribol, good news. Says, what is that? Well, now the Supreme Personality of Godhead is going to appear soon at the end of Dwapar Yuga in the Vaivasvata Manvantara in the 28th Divya Yuga. And I would instruct all of you to go and take birth in the Yadu dynasty so that you can assist the Lord in his pastimes. So there was a king. The king's name was Devamidha. What is the name? So he had two wives. A little bit of history, so that's when I will ask you to repeat the names, don't mind. So he had two wives. One was a Vaishya wife and one was a Kshatriya wife. From the Vaishya wife, this Devamidha, he had a son named Parjanya. What is his name? Parjanya. And from the Kshatriya wife, this Devamidha had a son named Surasena. What is the name? So Shurasena was a very great son of this great king Devamidha, and he was declared the king because of his wonderful glorious characteristics. And this Surasena, he had a son whose name was Vasudeva. This is the Vasudeva what we are referring to as the father of Krishna. Yeah. So and Vasudeva was a very great person with all glorious, amazing qualities. And he was married to Devaki, who was a daughter of Devaka. Who is it? Devaki, who is daughter of Devaka. Now, the marriage was a very grand celebration. Are you able to understand? Am I fast? Okay. So, the marriage happened in a very huge scale. Why? Because Vasudeva was the king, so to say. Surely. This is a grand marriage. And the very affectionate brother of Devaki, who is that? Kamsa, he was actually very affectionate to her. In fact, he gifted a chariot, a royal chariot to Devaki, and he himself was ready to take the role of a chariot driver for her so that she could be dropped to Vasudeva's house. That was affection what Kamsa showed to Devaki. Just when Kamsa was taking Devaki and Vasudeva on his chariot and going forward, at that time, Akashvani came in. Only one sentence only, nothing much. That was enough to agitate Kamsa. What did it say? Kamsa, you're a fool. The eighth child of your sister is going to be the cause of your death. That's it. And Kamsa just couple of minutes back, he was so much affectionate towards Devaki. Now he removes the sword and he catches his sister by her hair and he is ready to chop off her head. That was Kamsa just in a moment. That's how sense gratification is very, yeah. And let us see a little bit about Kamsa. Kamsa, each arm of Kamsa had the strength of 10,000 elephants. How many elephants? This is Dwapara elephants. Huh? So Kali Yuga elephants and Dwapara elephants have a little bit of difference. I don't know exact statistics, but I just heard that like 10,000 Kali Yuga elephants are equal to like one Dwapara elephant. And 10,000 such elephant strength Kamsa had in his one arm. Kamsa was a very atrocious person. Actually, he materially also knew how to conquer. He had conquered many great asuras who had lot of mystic siddhis like this Pralamba Asura, Arishtasura, we hear of Keshi, all these demons whom Kamsa sent, he went and he challenged them and he was just about to kill them. And he told them, two choices. Either be killed by me or surrender unto me. Saradharman Parichay. Leave everything and then I am your master. Do you accept it? They said yes. They did not have a choice, but they accepted Kamsa as their master. And Kamsa was very smart. Shri Jagannath Dev ki jai, Shri Gaurangi Bengaleshwar ki jai, Shri Lakshmi Narasimha Bhagavan ki jai, Shri Gauranga Sai ki jai, Shri Prabhupada. Yeah. So this Kamsa, as I was telling, so he even made friendship with Jarasandha, who was another atrocious king. He married the daughters of Jarasandha so that he can be an ally of him. You know how smart he was in forming allies. He was a mastermind in this case. But unfortunately, he used everything for his own sense gratification. This is what we can see. Now, at this stage, when Kamsa, with his strength, the two arms of 10k each, elephants, he is holding a sword. Well, the weight of the sword is not described, but it's quite a heavy-edged sword. And Devaki and Vasudeva stand no chance before Kamsa. Now, at this stage, Vasudeva Maharaj, he has two choices, or three choices in fact. So first thing is he can take the side of Devaki. But if he takes the side of Devaki, what will happen? Both of their throat will be slit. Now if he takes the side of Kamsa, then Devaki's throat is slit. So Vasudeva was smart enough. He tried to instruct Kamsa, you are not the body or the spirit soul. Don't don't take this Akashvani, don't take this thing seriously. Even if it happens, you are not the body, so why you have to worry so much? But they say, Shastra say, Upadesho hi murkhanam. I don't remember the whole shloka, but it says, a foolish person if you instruct, he only becomes more angry. Vasudeva did try his best, but finally Vasudeva said that, okay, each and every child which is born, what I will do, I will take and I'll give it to you. Kamsa had so much of trust in the words of Vasudeva that he said, okay, Vasudeva, you have said means surely I'll give it. Okay, take, I'll spare both of you. Now, at this point in time, the integrity of the character of Vasudeva is very much appreciated. You know? Now, when the first child of Devaki and Vasudeva was born, the first child's name was Kirtiman. What is the name? When Kirtiman appeared, or was born, Vasudeva takes this child and he goes to Kamsa and he gives it to Kamsa. Take, as I had promised. Kamsa had a soft corner in his heart for a moment for Vasudeva. Amazing. Bol diya, kar bhi diya. Like, it is a very tough thing for the parents to, give his child and seeing him slaughtered in front of their own eyes. So then when Kamsa, he saw that the first child was given, he said, well, let me be honest with you. I have no danger from this child. Take him, be a good father, enjoy life. He got, of course, these are not exact words, but he said, okay, we can take him back. Then he said, okay, fine. Then they took him back. At this point in time, Narada Muni appears in the picture. So we all know Narada Muni is a very amazing personality. He's a pure devotee of the Lord and he exactly understands the will of the Lord. And Krishna book describes that in order to accelerate the pastimes of the Lord and to bring the Lord a little faster, he told Kamsa, you know what? I was traveling around the universe. At that point in time, I saw the Devatas having a meeting with Brahma. So really? What were they discussing in the meeting? They were discussing that all the devatas should take birth in the Yadu dynasty. Okay, then do what? Because Vishnu also is going to come there. Okay, so what? But any of these child can be a danger for you. So don't think that only the 8th child will kill. I have heard this much only. I'm going now. Hare Krishna. This is this much Narada tells and he disappears from the scene. This is good enough for Kamsa, and he goes. He orders his soldiers to imprison Devaki and Vasudev, and the first child is taken, and in front of their eyes, he holds the leg of the child and he hits it to the rock. Bhagavatam describes the Yoga Maya puts Devaki to sleep when this happens. She goes unconscious. But Vasudev is not unconscious. He's seen this with his eyes. I'm telling this for a reason which I'll get back later. Yeah, so this is what happened after this. And now a little bit more background of Kamsa. Kamsa, there's one more personality. His name is Ugrasena. He had a wife named Padma. What is the name? Padma. Now, one day, the husband, Ugrasena, had gone somewhere outside. That time, Padma was in a beautiful garden, and a Gandharva, his name was Dramila. What is the name? He came disguised as Ugrasena, and he basically wanted to have a union with Padma. So then he came disguised as her husband, but she immediately rejected. No, this is not my husband. And she cursed him. You will suffer in the hellish bands for like lifetimes together. Then he forced himself upon her, and as a result, she became pregnant. And now, throughout her life, like she was very guilty about it. This is not a very good thing. And even when the child was born, she was so guilty about it that she cursed her own child that you will be killed by someone of your own family who is from Yadu dynasty. And this child was Kamsa, and that's how Kamsa was actually, killed. He was he knew a lot of martial arts, a lot of military, and all those things. So in this way, Kamsa he brutally killed the 6 children of Devaki and Vasudev. Now, a question comes in our mind that see Devaki and Vasudev, what was the need for them to continue producing children when after the first child was killed, they were in the prison house, isn't it? Why should they again continue producing children if they know that all those children are going to be killed? But Devaki and Vasudev, they understood in their heart, Krishna was going to come as their 8th child. And even for Krishna to appear, if we have to undergo this austerity of seeing our own children being killed for the mission of the Lord, we will do it. That was the faith of Devaki and Vasudev. That was their great sacrifice. Because they did their sacrifice, we are all able to recite and enjoy or learn about the pastimes of the Lord. Yeah? That's a human life is meant for sacrifice. Even in the 5th canto from Bhagavatam, it mentions Nayam deho bhajam loke kashtanukaman arate vidbhujamye tapo divyam putrakayen satvam shuddheti yasmad brahma saukyam tonantam. So if you want to experience the brahma saukya, what is mentioned, what should we do? Tapasya is mentioned. Yeah. So now a little bit of background about the 6 children of Devaki and Vasudev. There was a very great sage. His name was Marichi. What was his name? He had a wife named Urna. What is the wife's name? Now, Marichi he was a very great sage, a very great devotee of the Lord. And he had 6 children. And these 6 children were extremely powerful, highly learned. They had a high birth, but unfortunately they ridiculed Brahmaji. And Brahmaji, he knows what is best for everyone, isn't it? So he cursed them that you will take birth on the earth as demons, as the sons of the terrible Asura named Kalnemi. What is the name of the Asura? So they were cursed to be the sons of Kalnemi. Now, in their next birth, post their being the sons of Kalnemi, they were promoted to be the children of Hiranyakashipu. This Hiranyakashipu's children, like father, like son, they also wanted powers. They went to Brahmaji. They did a lot of tapasya, like their father only, and they got benediction from Brahmaji that they couldn't be defeated by anybody. That was the benediction. Generally, in this world, when the child does something, or any good achievement, the father feels happy or sad about it. Isn't he? He's very happy. Oh, my son got first rank. Very happy about it. Now, when Hiranyakashipu heard the news that his children got benediction from Brahma, unlike normal parents, he became agitated. Said he called the children and said, "How dare you? Without my permission, how dare you go to Brahma? I curse you that you will stay for a long time in Pataloka and you will be born as the 6 sons of Devaki and Vasudev, and you will be killed by your previous father. Who's it? Kalini." So these are 6 children who were cursed. So Vishwanath Chakravarti he mentions that these 6 children represent, or like these 6 children of Marichi. Marichi represents the mind. The 6 children represent 6 anarthas. What are the 6 anarthas? Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada and Matsarya. So these are the 6 anarthas. Yeah. Artha is that which helps you get something in return. Anartha is that which does not help you get anything in return. That is anartha. Like Sri Prabhupada. Once Sri Prabhupada was there. He visited the house of one of his disciples. In the house he saw Radha Krishna, Jagannath Baldev Subhadra, full Guru Parampara, and one photo of one Mataji. Then Prabhupada asked, all these other photos I understood, what is this? Who is this? Then he said, Prabhupada, you know what? Before I came to Krishna consciousness, she was my girlfriend. I said, Prabhupada said, okay, but why photo here? You know? Then he said, actually, at one point in time, she ran away with someone else. And that time, I started asking the question, who am I? Who is God? You know? And at that point in time, I met a book distributor in the temple, or in the airport, sorry. And that book distributor gave me the books and he helped explain the philosophy. And then I became a devotee and now I am your disciple. So I consider her my Padapraksha Guru. Then Prabhupada said that is okay, but you don't have to extrapolate it so much. Anyway, the anarthas are there in the heart, isn't it? Yeah. So and how do we overcome the anarthas? The anarthas are overcome. The only way to overcome is by satsang, by the association of devotees. See, we may have ocean of anarthas, but the only way the transformation of these anarthas can happen is by the association of devotees. Like Srila Prabhupada was once asked, Prabhupada, you say that like if we just chant Hare Krishna, if we follow the process, we'll all go back to Godhead. But when we go back to the spiritual world, how will we find you, Prabhupada? They asked question. And Prabhupada said, that you don't have to worry. First you come there. I'll only find you. So Prabhupada is there for us. Like once Prabhupada was asked, he was told about the moon landing case, and he was told that, the scientists have started landing on the moon and, they even started selling the tickets to go to the moon and they started buying the lands over there. Prabhupada said, even that, if that is true, take some books and we will go and do book distribution there. That is the mood of Acharya. We can see this. Why I mentioned this is the Acharyas are very expert in helping the conditioned souls in coming out of these anarthas. Yeah. So Devaki represents pure bhakti. Kamsa represents fear. Fear of what? The material nature. The material nature produces a lot of fear in us. Shoka moha bhaya. Yasyam vaishoya manayam Krishne paramapurushe bhaktir utpadyate pumsam. Shoka moha bhaya paha. The whole world is running on these 3 things. Shoka, moha and bhaya. Shoka is what? Lamentation of the past. Oh, if only this could have happened. Moha, well, is illusion in the present. And shoka, moha, bhaya. Fear of the future. What will happen to me in future? That is there. And yeah. But the moment bhakti arises in our heart, at that point in time, these 3 things do not trouble us any more. So this is what we see. And post these 6 children, Sankarshan appeared in the womb of Devaki, and it appeared like a apparent miscarriage, but Sankarshan was transported from the womb of Devaki to the womb of Rohini. And post this, the beautiful child Krishna, the Krishna was transported from the mind of Vasudev to the mind of Devaki and then to the womb of Devaki. This was how it happened. And the moment Krishna appeared in the womb of Mother Devaki, started looking very effulgent. People could understand that there's something different, that way. And now, at that point in time, the Lord instructs. There's a whole conversation which comes in 10th canto, 3rd chapter, and now we are going to that verse which we're discussing, which is Tatascha Shaurer Bhagavat Prachoditah Sutam Samadaya Satutikagrahat Yada Bahirgvantumihesha Taryaja Yayoga Maya Janani Andaja Jaya. Now what we will do, as per what we have read and heard from our acharyas, we will unzip this sloka today in our entire next couple of time. He says, Tatascha. So what is Tatascha? The verse starts with therefore. So why is it starting with therefore? Actually, previously a lot of conversations have happened between Devaki, Vasudeva and Krishna, and Sukadeva Goswami is very smart enough to zip all of those in one word, mentioning that is therefore. Like now I'm going to tell you what happened next. And in this conversation, Krishna has actually told Devaki and Vasudeva who they were in their previous lives. See, such an amazing personality Krishna is. He does not appear like an ordinary baby. See, when an ordinary baby comes out of the womb, see, birth is the only time when the child cries and the mother laughs. Any other time the child cries, the mother will not laugh. And if child is not crying, then there's something wrong with the child, isn't it? When the child appeared. But when Krishna appeared, he appeared smiling. He had Shankashakra Gada Padma. He had dhoti also. Like generally we do a lot of dramas and all that. But he didn't borrow it from some shop and then I'll just perform this pastime and give it back. He came with that. And he had a Kaustuba, jewel, money, all of those wonderful descriptions are given in Srimad Bhagavatam. And he appeared smiling. And when Krishna was smiling, he even spoke. See, a newborn baby speaking also, you can imagine. He spoke and he told the history or the previous lives of Vasudeva and Devaki. He said, actually, you were Prishni and Sutapa previously, and I appeared to you once. Again, I appeared to you second time as the son of Aditi and Kashyapa. And now this is the third time. I am so pleased with your austerities, what you are performing, that I have come again as your son. Because of two reasons. Why? First reason, Vasudeva and Devaki were hankering very intensely that they want a son exactly like Krishna. And secondly, they had a very intense desire. What are two things? They were hankering. And secondly, intense desire. And because of that, Sukadeva Goswami starts this verse with the word Tatascha, which means therefore. Shauri. What is Shauri? Who is referred to as Shauri here? Vasudeva Maharaj. Actually, I was telling you that Krishna, when he appeared with 4 arms, he thought that Mother Devaki would be happy. Because Krishna had 6 brothers who were brutally murdered just before he appeared. So he thought, now if I come as the 4-handed form, Devaki will be pacified, knowing that Vishnu, the Sakshat Vishnu has come. So I don't have to worry. But when Krishna appeared in 4-handed form, instead of being happy or in line with the current desire of the Lord, unfortunately, or not for unfortunate, whatever, Devaki was not happy. She told the Lord, actually, it would be nice if you had 2 hands only. Then the Lord said, my pure devotees' minds I can never understand. I just want to serve them. See, the Lord wants to serve his pure devotees, and the pure devotees want to serve the Lord. We can see there's a competition. Like Prabhupada gave us Krishna, and Krishna gave us to Prabhupada. Both tomorrow we are celebrating, the appearance of Prabhupada. So that is another thing. So now in this case, why? So then Devaki tells Krishna, see, it's okay to have you have 2 hands, and you just get out from this place because Kamsa will kill you. Even you go somewhere else, just be safe. That's all. I'm just happy to see you safe. I don't even want to see you in front of me now because I know it's very tough that I have seen 6 of my children murdered in front of my own eyes. So then the Lord says, okay, don't worry. Then the Lord, in this case, he calls Vasudeva Shauri for 4 reasons. Reason number 1, Vasudeva is called Shauri because he's a Kshatriya. He's father of a heroic king, right? And see, it's very amazing that there are like the Bhagavatam describes Vasudeva and Devaki were imprisoned in a prison which had 16 doors. How many doors? Of course, this is not related to 16 rounds. Don't speculate. But there are 16 doors, and each of those doors, at the exit of that particular, one particular door, for example, there were lions. So in case someone happens to slip out, then they are eaten by the hungry lions. And on the top, there's a stone slab. So even if lions are somehow they miss, but the stone slab will fall. So there was very tight security. And the acharyas give very nice explanation on why there are 16 doors. These 16 doors represent the following: 5 knowledge acquiring senses, eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and skin. 5 working senses, and 11th is the mind, and 5 more are earth, water, fire, air, and ether. The jiva is imprisoned in these 16 coverings. So now, both which include gross and subtle covering. Now, Vasudeva was given a task to break through these 16 doors, escape the lions, escape the slabs, walk off. Where? To Gokul. He didn't book a Ola or Uber. He had to actually, if you see, it was very tough. It was quite far for him to walk all the way from Mathura till Gokul. And it's not only walking. Once he walks over there, then he has to keep the baby, take someone else's baby, and come back safely. And the bullet point across all of this is no one should see. So isn't it a very tough service, isn't it? So that, and Krishna has such confidence in Vasudeva, that is why he is instructing Vasudeva. The next word of this sloka says, Bhagavat prachoditaha. Bhagavat is who? The Supreme Person of Godhead. He instructs Vasudeva, you take me to the house of Gokul. And Vasudeva didn't say, Are you appeared from, Shirodakshara. I mean, you actually appeared, with 4 hands. You can yourself go now. Why I have to take so much of headache? I have to walk all the way. So much of this Kamsa, so many of these prisons have to break. And one very simple thing. If Vasudeva knew how to get out, why will he be inside the prison? So he was attempting to do something which he had never done before. And that's why the second reason comes, that he is very courageous and brave. And that's why he's called as Shaurya. And one more reason, he proved his Shaurya or courage also earlier. When did he prove it? When we were describing about Kamsa holding the sword on the neck of Devaki, right? That time also he very nicely, with his intelligence, he saved Devaki, and that's why he's called courageous. And he walked this talk, that's why he's called courageous. And seeing from Vasudeva Maharaj's perspective, Krishna says how brave he is. He is bound. See, all this while Vasudeva and Devaki are bound by iron shackles on their legs and hands. Vasudeva is bound, but he is ready to take me from Mathura to Gokul, though he is bound. And that's why Vasudeva is called as Shaurya. It's very great. Vasudeva's love for Krishna was so much that he was ready to take any amount of anxiety, any amount of sacrifice for Krishna. This is a devotee. See, we all have this experience. On organizing one Janmashtami festival, how much it takes, isn't it? Someone makes the dress. All of you like the dress, such beautiful dress of Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra. They are very nicely stitched and with a lot of devotion, dressed by wonderful team of devotees. Putting their heart. There's a wonderful team of devotees who has actually put across all these stalls. There are a lot of devotees cooking in the kitchen. So much of hard work is gone. All of this, why? Just to please the Lord. One loud Hari Bol for all these devotees. Hari Bol! Yeah, so actually, that's the amazing part. We may not be able to do all those things, but we can, from the bottom of our heart, appreciate each and every devotee for that service. Yeah. So now, when the Supreme Lord, the first line of the shloka we completed. What is it? Tatascha Shaurya Bhagavat Prachoditaha. So the Lord instructed whom? Shaurya. Who is Shaurya? Vasudeva. Now, very interesting. Here attentively. Second line is what? Sutam Samadaya. It's not like this. Sutam is what? His son. Hey, wait a minute. Just now in the first line, what was it said? Supreme Person of Godhead instructed. Second line, what does it say? his son. How? Just change. See, Bhagavatam is so nice. If you just read it attentively, na, like in my first reading, I had missed this. I just read it. My second reading, when I was reading, I saw that, hey, first line it was Supreme God, second line it is Son. How come? Then Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur gives a very nice explanation for this. He says, the Lord actually was, at the time, Vasudev, like the Lord instructed Vasudev to pick him up, right? And when Vasudev went to pick the Lord, that is the time the Supreme Lord put across his two arms inside and he became his son. And when Vasudev saw this son, he said, hey, this is like me only, you know? This is my son. So Vasudev felt that Krishna was his son. He was, of course, his son only. So, but in between, from the first line to the second line, the transformation of the Lord from the four-handed form to the two-handed form happens, and that is the point. Yeah? So, Sutam is what? One more meaning of the word Sutam is one who is very dear to the Lord. Yeah. So now, actually, the Lord's greatness is how much ever he tries to prove is that he is Bhagavan. The pure devotee's love for the Lord is so much that it eclipses the Lord's supremacy. For example, even when Krishna was in Vrindavan, how many times did he not prove his supremacy? Mother Yasoda, she saw the whole universe in his mouth. So now, then after that also, she immediately forgot. That's why in the next episode, which we read in the Krishna book, right? We all have heard about the episode of Krishna swallowing the fire, isn't it? One very amazing detail in that pastime is when his friends, like the Gopas and Krishna, went to the forest and there was forest fire, isn't it? When the forest fire was getting worst, the Gopas called for Krishna, and Krishna at this point in time, what did he say? Please close your eyes. Now the Acharya explained, why did Krishna tell them to close eyes? Krishna was thinking, last time I ate a little bit of mud, you know, and Mother Yasoda made a mess out of it. It went so much pride. Now this time, if she hears that I drank fire, the Gopas will go and complain. Your son, he eats mud for his lunch and he drinks fire for his beverage. You know, so this news should not reach Yasoda. That's why he told his Gopas to close the eyes, and Krishna did swallow the entire forest fire. This is that is the greatness of the Lord, that how much ever he proves that he is Bhagavan, the pure devotee's love engulfs that. So that's why he's called in this shloka it's mentioned Suta. Next, Samadaya. Samadaya is what? He carefully picked the Lord and he placed the Lord in a soft, it was basically a blanket and a lot of soft clothes in a box, and his hand movements were very soft. And as soon as Vasudev picked Krishna, three things happened. Here, very carefully, I'll ask you. First thing, the iron shackles which held Vasudev, they broke open. Number two, the doorkeepers went asleep. All the doorkeepers. Number three, the doors opened. What is the first one? So as soon as Vasudev tried to pick Krishna and place it close to his heart, first thing, iron shackle opened. Second, the doorkeepers went to sleep. Third, the gates are opened. Yeah. So now let us see a little bit of these detail. See, the Acharya explained very nicely this pastime of the iron shackles opening. See, Vasudev was attempting something which he had never done before. All right. So in order to help Vasudev, Krishna helped him, of course, by removing the iron shackles. Now, anyone who carries Krishna in the heart, the iron shackles of repeated birth and death are broken. That is the significance of this iron shackles breaking. Actually, each of these pastime has a lot of significance. In interest of time, we may not discuss everything, but little I'll try to share whatever we have read. Even if, the Acharya explained, even if someone carries Krishna at the tongue of their holy name, the iron shackles of birth and death are removed. What are these iron shackles of this Pancha Mahabhut? It's very insignificant, and that's how they are removed. Second, the doorkeepers going to sleep. The doorkeepers are whose men? So, when Krishna Katha happens, and in case we go to sleep, then we are in whose party? We can understand from this pastime. The Kamsa's men go to sleep, whereas Vasudev is wide awake. He is not, see, it's midnight, isn't it? It's 12 a.m. He's not thinking now my sleep time, He's not thinking that. He's actually wide awake and he's taking Krishna. So, yeah. So, and if anyone carries Krishna at the box of his tongue, the doorkeepers, they represent the 6 anarthas. The anarthas go off to sleep to a degree one carries Krishna's holy name on his tongue. That is the point, yeah. So, yeah. And one more very amazing thing we learn is, it is Krishna who gives the privilege of sleeping also. Many people, they have this they have some diseases, maybe they cannot sleep in the night only. Insomnia disease, So many students, we deal with so many students, they come and tell, I don't get sleep only. Night 4 a.m. I sleep, like that they tell. Ours is 4 a.m. we wake up, but it is 4 a.m. we sleep. Yeah, unfortunate, so it is. So it's the gift of falling asleep. As soon as you go, that is also given by Krishna's mercy of the Lord. And someone becomes sincere in his service to the Lord removes all the obstacles from his life, and the obstacles doze off. That is one more significance. And this, the third one we saw, that Vasudeva Maharaj is like the speaker who is carrying the Krishna Katha, and if we are attentive, we receive Krishna. And if we are sleeping, then we don't receive Krishna. And the doors being opened, and this is a very nice thing, the doors being opened, it is not that all 16 doors open one shot. As and when Vasudeva was walking through one by one door, one by one the door opened. So they say that actually anyone who carries Krishna, see, Krishna is, this door opening is the analogy given by Sukadeva Goswami is the rising of the sun. It's extremely beautiful. See, Sukadeva Goswami is not planning and giving these examples. Okay, now I'll speak this, and it's just coming spontaneously. They say that anyone who carries Krishna through his body, for example, through our eyes, we glance at the beautiful form of the Lord. Through our nostrils, we breathe in or take the fragrance of the flowers offered to the Lord. If our ears are cup holes holding Krishna Katha, and if our lips are having the nectar of speaking the Krishna Katha or hearing it, for example, from the ears, and the hands and legs are doing the Tulasi Parikrama or Govardhan Parikrama or the Parikrama of the temple of the Lord, showing the feet. And if we carry Krishna through all of our senses, then 3 things are sure to happen. Number 1, Krishna Katha is entertaining to the ear. Number 2, it's enriching to the mind. And number 3, it is enlightening for the heart. Please repeat. 1, it's entertainment for the ear. 2nd, enriching for the mind when we understand the lessons which are given by Sri Prabhupada and our acharyas. And for the heart, it is enlightening when it is practiced and fortified. Yeah. So now Vasudeva Maharaj, he walks out, and why is this analogy of the rising of the sun compared in this case to Krishna is, number 1, when the sun rises, there is no noise or sound. You don't hear, you don't hear any sound. The sun rises without any noise or sound, isn't it? And Vasudeva Maharaj is stepping out without any noise or sound. That's why, one reason why the sun is, it's compared to rising of the sun. Number 2, the darkness which has been collected overnight, what does the sun do? It removes the darkness. So Krishna is a source of the sun also, isn't it? And so that's when Krishna comes, he removes all the darkness. Ray 1, 2, 3, 4, which are coming from the sun, they eventually remove the darkness at one shot. Similarly, Krishna removes the darkness. He removes the 16 level security of Kamsa, which represent the 16 coverings what we discussed, one by one. Yeah. And third reason one of the Acharya gives is, he mentions that Krishna is the Surya Narayan himself. So it's obviously that he's like the rising of the sun. Now, where is Vasudeva Maharaj? He steps out of the 16th door. At this point in time, what is the consciousness of Vasudeva? He's sweating, finally. He came out of 16 doors. Is it? No, he's very happy about it. See, he's not sad. See, Krishna consciousness means what? You're happy. Susukham kartum apayam. He was very happy. He didn't take a selfie and put, say, now feeling good with Krishna. He didn't. You couldn't see that. His service was in such a way that he could not tell what service he has done to anyone. And if anyone knows, it's a danger for him and danger for Krishna also. Very secret service, of Vasudeva. And he had the inner fulfillment of getting an opportunity to serve Krishna. That is actually a devotee. The devotee finds satisfaction in getting an opportunity to serve the Lord and the Vaishnavas in themselves. Like Prabhupada was asked, Prabhupada, like once Prabhupada was sitting like this, with his hand on the head. This Juhu case was very tight. If you don't know the details, you can watch the Abhay Charan video series, which is directed under the guidance of His Holiness Bhakti Sharu Maharaj. In that also it is shown. Also, there is a book named I'll Build a Temple by Giriraj, His Holiness Giriraj Maharaj. In that also it's described how Prabhupada had to undergo a lot of, it was a lot of headache and austerities to get this Juhu land. So Prabhupada was asked, like, Prabhupada, he himself told, this project is a headache. His disciples said, it's a headache, why don't you leave it? Why should you take so much of headache? Prabhupada said, when you work for Maya, you have a headache. And when you work for Krishna, you have a bigger headache. But when you work, the headache for Krishna is blissful. Whereas the headache for Maya is miserable. That's what Prabhupada actually, mentioned. Yeah. So now 25% of the battle is over. For whom? Vasudev. Where is he? Just outside the prison house. Now at this point in time, see, till now it's okay. Anyway, Kamsa's men are sleeping. Now if anyone he encounters on the way, he cannot tell them, close your eyes, I'm going. So then he was thinking, how do I protect Krishna and how do I take him in a way that no one sees? At this point in time, the rain starts. Now, actually there are 12 reasons why it rains. Reason number 1, 5 external reasons. Reason number 1, see, when it rains, what happens? The people who are outside, where do they go? So then the Lord that, okay, my devotee is attempting to take me across, I should help now. So then the people who are outside, they go inside. Number 2, people who are inside, what do? They close their doors. I don't want rain to enter inside, or I don't want to go outside. Number 3, those who are outside, they anyway cannot see even if it is raining. Like nowadays we put wiper and all that. But actually in those times, even if it's raining, you cannot see anything properly in front of you, isn't it? And 4th thing, those who are inside, what do they prefer to do? They go to sleep because it's late in the night and it's raining, isn't it? And the 5th external reason is, see, if it is raining or in the dead of the night if someone is walking, do you hear the footsteps? Now if someone hears the footsteps of Vasudev walking, it will be a problem, na? So then if it rains so heavily that on the rooftops, the sound of the rain on the rooftops is much greater than the sound of the legs of Vasudev. That is why to do this service, to help Vasudev, it rained. 5 internal reasons why it rained. Reason number 1, he says, actually, like in spiritual world or anything, if you want to take it in a poetic sense, the inanimate objects also become animate. For example, in the Damodar Leela, we hear when the milk was boiling on it was boiling. At that point in time, Mother Yasoda was giving her milk to Krishna. The milk was feeling, which was boiling. What is the use of my existence? I am not getting an opportunity to serve the Lord only. Let me commit suicide by jumping off the vessel and falling into fire. So this was the consciousness of the milk. And at that point in time, when the milk was going to commit suicide, Mother Yasoda saw, hey, devotee, he's going to get in trouble. She left Krishna and she went to stop the milk. So in the spiritual sense, all of these inanimate objects become animate. So even in this case also, like the cloud, they say, why it started raining is, the clouds started to cry. They said, what great fortune we have that Krishna has come in the same complexion as what we are. It's for yugas going to come, millenniums together, people would glorify Krishna as Megha Shyam. Megha is what? Cloud. Shyama is color. So they were so ecstatic that they were crying in gratitude to the Lord, and that's why it started raining. Reason number 2, the cloud happened to hear a voice. Patram pushpam phalam toyam yo me bhaktya prayachati tadam bhakti upayatam ashtame prayatatmana. Patram, I am the cloud. Pushpam, phalam, toyam is something which I can do. Water is something which I can serve with. I may not be able to serve with other things. So let me serve the Lord with devotion with water. And even Bhagavad Gita describes whatever you have, Tat Purusha Madarpanam. We offer it to the Lord. So the clouds thought, we don't have anything but water. So let us offer whatever we have to the Lord. And they offered water. Reason number 3. The clouds were thinking, see, just before Krishna went with Vasudev from Mathura to Gokul, Devaki gave Krishna some milk. Now, Krishna's Abhishek did not happen in the prison house, correct? Now, when he goes to Gokul, that time Abhishekam will happen. But in between is my time to serve. I don't have to have a kalash for doing the Abhishek of the Lord. I don't need anything specific for the Lord. The Lord is there. Vasudev is there. I just have to offer my service to the Lord. So let me do the Lord's Abhishekam. See, Lord has appeared. See, when Lord appears, what do we do? Like today, full day from about 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, we are having Abhishekam of the Lord, isn't it? The devotees do Abhishekam of the Lord. So God was feeling that Krishna should have a lot of Abhishekam. And that's why he did Abhishek of the Lord. And one more reason, the Acharyas say, how is, like actually it is not the cloud which gave water to Krishna directly. It was the cloud on behalf of the ocean. Now, who is the ocean? How is the ocean related to the Lord? You know Lakshmi ji? Lakshmi ji appeared from the ocean, correct? In the Samudra Manthan Leela. Additionally, Lakshmi ji is also like mentioned as all the stones or all the gold, emeralds, and many of these things, like many of the jewels, are present underwater. So from that viewpoint, the father of Lakshmi is who? Ocean. From that relation, how is Krishna related to ocean? Son-in-law, isn't it? So then the father-in-law thought, my son-in-law is coming. I should give him something. But from the ocean directly, I cannot give. So through the cloud, he tells cloud, please, thoda, on my behalf, you give water. Anyway, you take from me only. You can give to the Lord and you offer that service to the Lord. So it's the ocean which offered the gift to the Lord. And the fifth internal reason, they say, water in Sanskrit is also called Jivana. We sing in that song, Yamuna Jivana Keli Parayana Manasa Chandra Chakora. In this line, the Yamuna Jivan is not life. Yamuna Jivan is the waters of Yamuna. Krishna is expert in playing with the banks of the water of Yamuna. And Yamuna is very special for a reason. See, one such little off. I was hearing what is the greatness of bathing in Ganga and greatest of or benefits of bathing in Ganga and Yamuna. In Ganga, if you bathe, whatever your pap is there, that goes. We have heard. But in Yamuna, if you bathe, your pap and punya both goes. So when one of the devotees heard this, he came out of the waters. He said, punya. But this punya refers to the pious credits which take you to the heavenly planets, which is not the bhakti punya. I mean, this is not the bhakti sukriti, this is the mundane punya reference. So that's why Yamuna is very special. So now, the clouds think that actually, see, Krishna is Jivan, the original life of all lives. And I am also water, I am also Jivan. So my whole life should be offered to the source of all Jivan, who is Krishna, and let me offer that to Krishna. And one more thing is, actually, if we see Srimad Bhagavatam, it mentions what? Ete chamsa kala pumsa Krishna stu Bhagavan swayam Indrari vyakulam lokam mridayanti yuge yuge. The Lord comes in this shloka, if you see, Indrari is what? He comes to the enemies of Indra to remove them. So Indra thought, Lord has come for me only to remove my enemies. Water department is mine. So then I should welcome the Lord, na? So then he also showered water. So these are the different reasons why the rains came when the Lord Vasudeva started walking. Now, it rains, correct? One amazing personality comes from behind and he protects Vasudeva and Krishna. Who is that personality? Sankarshan. Now it's pretty interesting why he came from behind. They describe, if he came from the front, Vasudeva Maharaj would get scared. Snake is there. So better he come from behind. That is one reason they say. Second reason, if he is from the side, there is a lot of probability that, like say, only one of them may be covered. Either Krishna or like say Vasudeva. Some water may fall. But if he is from behind and they are here, then the whole thing can be covered very nicely. And the third and the most important internal reason why Anantashesh went from behind to cover Vasudeva was He was thinking, Naham Vipronchara Pratyanapi Vaishwana Shudro, Naham Varnini Chakar Pratyar Namanasto Yaterva, Kintu Prodha Nikala Pramananda Purnam Yabder, Gopi Bhartur Padakamalayur, Das Anadas. At this point in time, who is serving Krishna? Vasudev. So I should be the Das of Vasudev. Although eternally I am the eternal bed of Krishna, by the way. He's Krishna is on his always lying on Anantashesh, isn't it, as Vishnu? But he did not say, I hope you know who has more experience. I could take Krishna better. He did not say that. He allowed, at this point in time, Krishna is accepting service from Vasudev, and he humbly was happy to assist Vasudev in the mood of servant to the servant. So this is very essential in our life, that we cooperate with the devotees, and Now one question may come. Anantashesh is protecting the Lord and Vasudev from rain. Just now we discussed so many reasons why it rained. Isn't Anantashesh obstructing the service of the clouds? That's a very important question to ask, isn't it? In this case, Lacharya says, actually, how Anantashesh, he does not obstruct the service. It's not that constantly he was there. He was behind, water would fall. At one point in time when Anantashesh would feel, Krishna will get fever, then he will cover. So he will go front, back. So he will not stop the service of the clouds. At the same time, he will not allow disservice to happen, because if Krishna gets fever, then the whole point is gone. So then he assists the devotees in a way that, it does not obstruct the service of clouds. Also are satisfied. We got opportunity to do Abhishek of the Lord, and the Lord also does not get fever. So that is the point. And second, one more reason, Srimad Bhagavatam describes Anantashesh as Vari Nivarayan. What is Vari? Nivarayan is what? To remove. Vari is water. One who removes the water. But Vari Nivarayan can be split in one more way, as Vari plus Nivarayan. What is that? Vari is basically Va plus Ari. What is that? Ari is enemy. He who protects Vasudev from other enemies. So if on the way some enemy comes, Anantashesh will say, Haribol, I'm doing my service. So no one will even dare to come close to Krishna and Vasudev. And that is the reason why it says, Now, now Vasudev, now finally this episode happens. Now they say Yamuna. So now where is the Vasudev and Krishna? They are at the banks of Yamuna. Who is protecting them from behind? Anantashesh. Now Yamuna, when she sees Krishna and Vasudev, amazing thing happens. Yamuna's flow starts to increase like 10x. If it is like normal, it starts faster. Now Vasudev is in, it's supposed to be a little easier for me to go now, but then it seems she got very aggressive. The first reason why Yamuna became very fearful and intense is out of happiness that the Lord has appeared now. Finally, Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya diskritam dharma samsapararthaya sambhavani yuge yuge. After a lot of time, Lord has appeared. Finally, I will get his dust. So out of that, she was intense. Second, she was intense because who was behind? Anantashesh. She was thinking, already I have Kaliya. See, Kaliya was in Yamuna. Na? So thinking, already I have one snake. Now one more snake is coming from behind. So she got a little fearful, and that's why she became a little aggressive, they say. Third thing, see, Yamuna, it's very interesting to know. She also is a Shatrani, meaning she comes as Kalindi, as one of Krishna's top queens in his Leela. So now she's going to go and marry Krishna going forward. So then she thinks that I should, show my prowess to Vasudev. So then she starts flowing very intensely, thinking that Vasudev should be impressed in his heart that my son is marrying someone of a caliber. So then she is trying to win the heart of Vasudev. That's one more reason. And they say Yamuna is the wife of sister of Yamaraj. She's the sister of Yamaraj. Yamuna is the sister of Yamaraj. Now, Yamaraj, he takes life, correct? I mean, he gives punishment. So she was thinking that I don't take life, I give life. So I want to show how magnanimous I am. So please give your son in charity to me. So she's asking Vasudeva. Like this, many reasons are there why she, got intense. Later, she moved across so that Vasudeva could walk, and Vasudeva walked across all the way. Now, where is Vasudeva? He walks in the house of Nanda Maharaj, it's very interesting to note where Vasudeva keeps baby Krishna. He does not keep baby Krishna beside Mother Yasoda. You know why? Bhagavatam says, now because if he keeps it beside Mother Yasoda, now Krishna is hungry, na? Throughout the way he has come so long, you know, thoda prasad to banta hai. So then he is feeling hungry. Now if he wakes up and starts crying, then mera bhanda phut jayega. My whole thing, whatever I have done till now, all my hard work will be gone. So then I should be very careful. He places Krishna at the side of Mother Yashoda, this side of there's one particular place where he places. Silently takes the baby girl. It's very challenging, huh? Because now if the baby girl starts crying, again the whole thing is gone. So then he very softly takes the baby girl and he quickly wants to leave. Bhagavatam says why he wants to leave quickly? Because he has opened the door now. If by the time he goes, the door closes. Baby is there in the hand. How he will open the door? It will become problem na, for him. That is why he wanted to quickly go. And what if Kamsa's doorkeepers wake up? That is another problem. They will see only Devaki is there. So then that is another one more problem. So quickly he wanted to go back. That's why Vasudeva very smartly quickly places Krishna at that place and softly he picks up the baby of Mother Yasoda, who is a baby girl, and he proceeds behind. Now, the final part of it in this particular pastime, as he is returning, Yamuna is still wide awake. Huh? The doors are still open. The doorkeepers are still sleeping. Now the question may come, see, while going, Vasudeva was carrying Krishna. That's why all this happened. Now he has kept Krishna. Na? While coming, all this should controls it. I mean, it should undo, isn't it? Because he is no longer carrying Krishna. But why is it still there? We know one shloka from Bhagavad Gita. Apichetu suduracharo bhajate mamananya bhag. If anyone sincerely serves Krishna in his lifetime, even if at some point, other point in time, he happens to pick up Maya, still Krishna will remember his service. Neha bikrama nashosti pratyavayana vidyate swalpam apyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. So Krishna, so of course, Vasudeva is a pure devotee, but this is one more angle of seeing it, you know. So, yeah. So now he enters into prison house holding Maya, who is Yoga Maya in his hand. And as he enters, one by one, the door shut. And as soon as he is into the 16th door, what happens? All the doorkeepers are wide awake. And all the lions are awake. Like generally we see, Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Some devotees wake up after that. You know, so you can see there's a post Srimad Bhagavatam enthusiasm and there's a pre-Srimad Bhagavatam enthusiasm. So we can see it, whose men we are, based on how much happy we feel, you know, when the Bhagavatam class is over. Yeah, do we feel, oh, let me hear a little more about Krishna? Or do we feel, finally it's over? So that is the case. So now we can see, Prabhupada was very merciful. He facilitated deity worship for all his devotees. You can see, like when he was in Australia, the devotees had zero clue about deity worship. Absolutely zero. The senior most devotee in that temple, the Gaurida temple, where Prabhupada established deity worship in Australia, was 6 months in Krishna consciousness. How many months? So now, Prabhupada was asked when he was going, any instructions on how to worship these deities? Prabhupada said, just offer bhoga 6 times a day and then that's all. Offer arti. 6 months back, Prabhupada came back. And they asked Prabhupada, we tried to search the recipe for bhoga. We could not find any recipe for bhoga. They were thinking bhoga is a item to make. They did not know that bhoga is what we offer to the Lord. This is absolutely zero idea they had about deity worship. And Prabhupada then he said, hey, bhoga is not a dish. It is whatever you cook with devotion. Before you offer it to the Lord, it's called bhoga. That was the standard. And once the deities were installed, Gauritai, once one new devotee joined the temple. When he joined the temple, the pujari was saying, Haribol, I'm going. He said, deity worship is there. I told, yeah, you do not take bath, just take bath and come. Take bath and do what? Just ring the bell and offer these items. I'll tell you order. I said, okay. This new devotee who came to the temple for the first time to stay in the temple, he was given service of deity worship. Ringing the bell, offering agarbatti. He offered agarbatti for half an hour. Dhoop for half an hour. Like this, his one aarti went for 3 hours. He was thinking 6 aartis in a day. 18 hours. he thought something is seriously wrong. He wrote a letter to Srila Prabhupada. In the letter, he had a couple of questions. The first question in that letter was, what is the procedure in which the arti should be done? I'm taking 3 hours for one arti. It's surely wrong. Second, who are these three personalities? Black, yellow, and white. Who are they? I don't know. Atha to bhayankar jignasa. No, no, unfortunately. And then the third thing is, yeah, actually, like this, they asked question. But Prabhupada had faith that if they sincerely worship the deities, they will actually progress in their Krishna consciousness. And the deities have the purifying potency, isn't it? That's why the center of any temple or whatever activities we do is the deities. Everything we do is for the pleasure of the Lord. The Harikatha is the glory of the Lord. The dressing is for the pleasure of the Lord. Whatever you take, the bhoga cooking is for the pleasure of the Lord. The people who make, the devotees who make the garlands, that is also for the pleasure of the Lord. One amazing point I was hearing on one lecture. It is like when the devotees are making garland for the pleasure of the Lord, like in the needle they put multiple flowers, isn't it? It is not that when the flower garland is offered to Jagannath, at that point in time he accepts the garland. He accepts it before only. At the point in time when the devotee with devotion, he or she is putting one flower in the needle with devotion, thinking that this flower is going to be offered to the Lord, at that point in time, the Lord is releasing the devotion of the devotee. That is how a devotee has faith that whatever I'm doing, Krishna is accepting my service, isn't it? Yeah, so thanks to Srila Prabhupada, we have hundreds of deities of Radha Krishna all over the world, isn't it? Like devotees during Prabhupada times, they were new. They did not know many things. In New Zealand, devotees had a desire to worship two set of deities, Gauranitai and Jagannath Baldev Subhadra. But what place they had was very small. So they used their innovative brain. What they did, they made a revolving altar. They put a motor below the altar. So Prabhupada came to the temple. He offered obeisance to Gauranitai. When he got up, he saw Jagannath Baldev Subhadra. Prabhupada said, what are you doing? They said, Prabhupada, space was less, so we just made a revolving altar around it. Then Prabhupada said, don't play around with the deities. Isn't it? So this was they had absolutely no idea. But one very amazing part is they had a sincere desire to please Srila Prabhupada. They had a sincere desire to mission of their spiritual master. And that is why, despite all of whatever shortcomings they had, they were able to progress in Krishna consciousness in that way. So now, we were discussing about coming back to the pastime of Vasudeva and Devaki. Yeah? So now the eighth child, who is the eighth child? Yogamaya. Sorry, I mean like eighth child in the case of Krishna was eighth child, correct? But when Yogamaya was brought to the prison, that time she starts crying very loudly. The moment Vasudeva enters the prison, she starts crying very loudly. Then Kamsa's men are awake. They immediately run to Kamsa. Good news. Finally, the eighth child has appeared. Kamsa takes all his weapons now. Yes, and now finally the moment for which I was waiting for has finally come. He goes, he takes the eighth child, he forcefully grabs the child from the hands of Mother Devaki, takes it by leg, and as usual, how does he crush them? He takes it by leg and throws it on a rock. He tries the same thing this time, but the moment he throws it down, at that point in time, what happens? The child flies in the sky, in the air, and Mother Durga herself appears. She tells, foolish Kamsa, the person who is supposed to kill you has already appeared somewhere else. There is, like that he tells. And then Kamsa, he says, okay, now anyway, the person who is supposed to kill me has appeared. Now what to do with this Devaki and Vasudeva? I have performed so much. At that point in time, his heart melts a little bit. See, how much ever a demon's heart may be hard, na? Seeing the devotee's good qualities. Titikshava Karunika, Suhrida Sarade Inam, Ajata Satra Vashanta, Sadhava Sadhu Bhushana. What are the jewels of a devotee? Earring? Necklace? No. It's not the external appearance or external things. It is actually the good quality of a devotee. Titikshava, tolerant, Karunika, merciful. Suhrida Sarade Inam, Ajata Shatruva. He does not have any enemies. See, at this point in time, Kamsa begs forgiveness from Mother Devaki and Vasudeva. Mother Devaki and Father Vasudeva. He tells them, please forgive me. I have done a lot of atrocities on you. They say, okay, maaf kar diya. And they don't tell him, no, Do you understand what you did to us? They didn't tell, I'll now remember and later I'll do. It didn't do all this. They just forgave him. And now this pastor happens. Now Kamsa is very atrocious. At this point in time, what he does, he orders his military to go and kill all the children in this entire province who were born in last 10 days. So the shoot at sight option, order given. And meanwhile, in this place, this is very nice. Actually, I was telling you about the two wives of Devamida. You remember at the beginning? He had two wives. One Kshatriya wife, one Vaishya. From Kshatriya wife, we saw till now. The Vaishya wife, she had a son whose name was Parjanya. Very good, all of you remember. So Parjanya, he was a reservoir of all good qualities. He was the leader of the cowherd community. He had a track of the entire land of Mahavan Gokul, and he had 5 sons. Their names are as follows. Please repeat. Upananda, Abhinanda, Nanda, Sunanda, and Nandana. So these are the 5 sons of Parjanya. And the eldest son of Parjanya is Upananda. So there was a Gopa whose name was Sumukha. That was the name of the Gopa. Yeah, Sumukha. So Sumukha had a daughter. This daughter's specialty was, anyone who saw this daughter, their life became filled with all auspiciousness. They, just by her darshan, their lives changed. Why? Because she was all auspicious. Why? Because she was the mother of Krishna. And what is her name? Yasoda. Yasoda, who gives fame. So that is Mother Yasoda. So Nanda Maharaj and Yasoda were married in Gokul Mahavan. Now Parjanya, who was their father, he saw that my children have grown up. So now I should hand over my kingdom to my children. I should go to Vanaprastha. Throughout Bhagavatam, you see that the devotees don't just remain in their houses. They always try their best to realize the Lord, give more time for Krishna consciousness in whatever possible way, isn't it? So we can see this very prominently in Bhagavatam. So Parjanya also, he had a ceremony. In that ceremony, he was going to name the next king, his next successor. That ceremony was so amazing that the king would be put tilak by Parjanya himself in front of the entire assembly. So that is like declaring that guy to be the next king. So this Parjanya had a thought that I will make my eldest son, what is his name? Upananda, as the next king. But this Upananda was, because he was very highly qualified and he was very great personality. But when he was just about to leave Brajabhumi, at that point in time, the eldest son, he told, I also want to come with you to forest. I also want to give more time for self-realization, and I want, and I see that there is one son of yours who is capable of taking the role of a king even better than me, although he is younger to me. Who is that? Nanda Maharaj. He tells Nanda Maharaj is more qualified than me. You know why Nanda Maharaj is more qualified than me? Because he is a person filled with so much of affection. See, Nanda Maharaj had unconditional love for everyone whomever he met. And in front of everyone, this Upananda, he takes the tilak and he puts it to Nanda Maharaj. And he declares that Nanda Maharaj is the next king of the cowherd community. And Nanda Maharaj says, if that is what you wish, my brother, I'll do this. But you can stay as my advisor for some time. At least I would understand. Then Upananda promised that I'll be your advisor. Whenever I feel to give some advice, I'll give you. Nanda Maharaj said, whenever you give any advice, I will take this as a upadesh. Like Nanda Maharaj said. So Nanda Maharaj was a very great personality. Now, there was one anxiety for entire Vrajabhumi. What was the anxiety? Mother Yasoda and Nanda Maharaj did not have any children only. So although he was the king, until this point in time, they did not have any children. So it was very painful for the entire community of Braja to understand that, oh, our king does not have a child. So they called many Brahmanas and they tried a lot of sacrifices. Somehow it did not work out. At this point in time, Parjanya is just about to leave home. When he is about to leave home, he is asked questions by his children. He is asked 4 questions. First question he is asked, what is fear? Or how do we, what is the root cause of fear? He tells, Parjanya answers each of these in one line only. Zip, dot zip answers, very smart. He's asked, what is fear? He says, fear is due to karma. And what is actual shelter in anyone's life? Actual shelter in anyone's life, Parjanya says, is bhakti to Supreme Personality of Godhead. And he is asked, what is the most cherished of all the objects in this world? Because he is the king. He says the most cherished of all the objects is devotees of the Lord. He says the devotees are most cherished. And lastly, he is asked, what is true happiness? Because he has got everything what people could aspire for. He says true happiness is Krishna Prem. So let us repeat this. What is fear? Due to karma. What is true shelter? Bhakti to Supreme Lord. Very good. What is the most cherished of all the objects? Devotees of the Lord. Very good. And what is true happiness? Perfect. So these 4 questions were asked. And when Nanda Maharaj and one day what happened? Nanda Maharaj in his mind, he got dreams. He started getting dreams of one child who was bluish in complexion and who was a source of all the beauties. In this world, people see, like once Prabhupada was going with one of his disciples, and they were going in a morning walk, and one Mataji was walking like this, and the Prabhupada disciple was seeing full until he was walking. Then Prabhupada was also watching him throughout. And when this devotee saw back to Prabhupada, he understood that Prabhupada was watching him. Then Prabhupada said, beautiful, no? Then he didn't know what to answer. Then Prabhupada said, see, if she is so beautiful, think how beautiful the source of all the beauty would be. And that is Krishna, isn't it? So, the source of all the beauty, which is Krishna, he was getting Krishna's dreams in his mind. So, in the month of Magha, Nanda had a vision and a beautiful child which was in his mind was transported from his mind to the mind of Yasoda, and then to the heart of Yasoda, and then to the womb of Yasoda. That's what the Bhagavatam describes. Actually, there are multiple angles of seeing this pastime as well, but this is one of them. And when finally the child appeared, so now here we know that there is currently, where is Krishna? He is with Mother Yasoda. Coming back to the pastime where we had linked, he is with Mother Yasoda. Mother Yasoda and Nanda are Krishna's eternal parents. In this pastime it's like this. Now, Yasoda, for the first time, she actually after the delivery, she was very tired and Yogamaya put her to sleep. And when she woke up, she saw the beautiful face of Sri Krishna, and she could not actually control her emotions. And then it's like eternal mother and eternal son meeting each other. And yeah, so then that time, now the news has to reach Nanda Maharaj. So then Rohini Devi, who was there. So Rohini Devi was the wife of Vasudev. She was sent from Mathura to Gokul Mahavan when she was pregnant because Vasudev feared that Kamsa's men would harm her as well. So then she gave birth to Balram, and post the appearance of Balramji, then Krishna appeared in over there in Gokul. And see, one amazing pastime from this, one very nice lesson to learn from Upananda and Nanda Maharaj pastime is, Upananda happily gave the kingdom to Nanda Maharaj, and Nanda Maharaj was happily serving Upananda, having the post of the king. This is what we learn in spiritual life. At times we may take some role to serve some other devotee, but what is the mood of that role? I am the servant. How can I be of service to you, Prabhu? Or how can I be of service to you? That is always the mood of a devotee, isn't it? So this is what we can learn. And there's absolutely zero envy between the brothers or the children of Parjanya. We can see this. Once there are 2 children fighting for property, and they had a very big fight post the father's departure. Then one devotee went to their house. He gave a katha on Ramayana, on Bharat Maharaj and Lord Ram competing to give the kingdom to each other. Before this katha, the 2 brothers were fighting for the property. After they attentively heard the katha, they were fighting. But now they were fighting to give the property to each other. This is the effect of hearing Krishna Katha from a proper source and with a proper consciousness, isn't it? That's what we can see. So now, a elderly Brahmin lady was told to give the news to Nanda Maharaj that Krishna has appeared over there. And Nanda Maharaj comes running. But when Nanda Maharaj comes, Rohini Devi puts a curtain between Yasoda and, Yasoda child and Nanda Maharaj. And Nanda Maharaj, see, think about it, it's very tough. He has been doing austerities from how long? 10,000 celestial years. Not 10,000 earthly years. It's 10,000 celestial years. And this is for lifetimes together. Finally, when his object of worship is exactly in front of him, what is separating? Only a curtain. And then he's not able to open. Then finally they open it and he holds Krishna in his heart. And what happiness he experiences is actually amazing. So bhakti is the innermost joy of the soul. So this is what we can see here. And Srimad Bhagavatam describes in 6th canto, very nicely describes. There's a sloka. It says, Nathata hi agavan rajan puyeta tabadibihi puyeta, tat, it says, actually, this is from 6th canto, 1st chapter. I don't remember the whole sloka. But the first, this sloka says, person may be extremely sinful. Natatha agavan rajan puyete tapa adivi. Those sins cannot be purified by his austerities also. Then what is the best way to purify them? Find a person who has dedicated his life to Krishna and serve his lotus feet. It says, Tat Purusha Nishevaya. By serving the lotus feet of such a person, even whatever sins or anarthas one may have, one can overcome that. Just going forward in the next sloka also, he says, Sadrichino hi ayam loke panta kshemo kutobaya sushila sadavo yatra narayana parayana. This is from 6th canto. In the 1st chapter, it is described that what is the best path? Sudrishino hi ayam loke. What is the best path? Panta kshema kutobaya. The best path is that which makes you free from fear. Which fear? Sushilo sadavo yatra. The path which is most appropriate. What is that? Narayana parayana. It says that which begins by taking the shelter of lotus feet of the Lord. So that is the most auspicious path. So just to summarize what all we discussed a lot of things. So I think I'll take 5-10 minutes to summarize only because I gave a lot of points in between. So we were discussing how Srila Prabhupada, because Srila Prabhupada celebrated Janmashtami on Jaladhuta in 1965, we all are able to celebrate Janmashtami. And that is why we should dedicate Janmashtami. See, Janmashtami is what, with utmost gratitude to like Srila Prabhupada, to our previous acharyas, to our current acharyas, to Krishna. We from the bottom of our heart, we say thank you very much for giving me an opportunity to serve you. Thank you very much for bringing me in devotee association. I want you to appear in my heart. That's why Balramji appears in the womb of Mother Devaki before Krishna appears. They say that 6 anarthas represents, 6 children represent 6 anarthas. And Balramji is the guru who does the wind up before Krishna comes in your heart. So that is the greatness of what we heard. And we also saw the 3 things: Vaishnav Seva, Nam Sankirtan, and Bhagavad Shravan. Repeat: Vaishnav Seva, Nam Sankirtan, and Bhagavad Shravan. Thank you. So this is the essence of whatever activities we are doing. And that's why hearing is very, very essential. Amongst the 9 processes of 9 limbs of bhakti, what is first? Shravanam. We know the sloka, what Prahlad Maharaj says when Hiranyakashipu asks for the second time, what have you learnt in your school? He says, Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Padasevanam Archanam Vandanam Dasyam Sakyam Atmanivedanam. He says that this is what is the best thing for everyone to do, and you also should do it. That was the extreme compassion of Prahlad Maharaj on Hiranyakashipu. We saw that. So now, that's why hearing is very essential. And if our hearing does not produce rati for Krishna, then Bhagavatam describes, Na utpadayate dhartyatim shrama eva hi kevalam. So whatever we hear about Krishna, the qualities of Krishna or the passion of Krishna should touch our heart. And that is why Krishna comes again and again to perform pastimes. For the conditioned soul, it is very natural to think about his own enjoyment. Like Prabhupada was asked by a reporter, what is the purpose of this creation? Can you tell me in one word? Prabhupada said enjoyment. Then the reporter started laughing. Then Prabhupada said, not yours, Krishna's enjoyment. That is, this is made for, everything is made for Krishna's enjoyment. We can actually see that. And And Krishna's pastimes are so amazing. We were seeing about, initially we saw how Parikshit Maharaj was in the womb. What lesson we learned from that? I was telling you about Parikshit Maharaj in the womb. He got darshan of the Lord, isn't it? We were discussing about that. What essential lessons we learned from that? We should be very grateful to the Lord. And the Lord arranged for his remembrance in the mind of Parikshit Maharaj, although he was in the embryo, which no common man can do that. And we saw that Devamida had two children. We saw the entire history of Vasudev and Krishna. And we saw how, because of the integrity of Vasudev, even the heart of a demon like Kamsa actually melted. We saw the background of Kamsa, and we discussed multiple reasons of or significance behind 6 children being punished by Kamsa. And we saw how what Devaki represents is bhakti or pure devotion service, and Kamsa represents fear. We saw about this, and going forward, basically this, in our entire discussion today, we unzip this one shloka only. Which is shloka? Tatascha shaurir bhagavad prachoditah sutam samadaya sasutikagrahat yada bahirgantu mihesh taryaja yayoga maya yayoga maya janinanda jajaya. Only this one shloka we unzipped. Bhagavatam is so deep, na? If we just start studying under a teacher, we can actually understand how deep is Bhagavatam. And yeah, that's what we saw. We unzipped this and we saw 4 reasons why Vasudeva is called Shaurya. He was courageous. He was son of a great Kshatriya. We saw that. And he was attempting to do something which he had never done before. All right. What else? He proved his courage earlier also in the passion of protecting Devaki. He walked his talk by giving his child as well. And he was attempting something which is very brave, although he. Sometimes some services are given to us which we may not know how to do it. But if we have faith that yes, this is coming through the Vaishnavas. See, a conditioned soul is not at a platform where Krishna can speak to him directly. Krishna speaks to us through the Vaishnavas, right? So when the Vaishnavas tell us that, Prabhu, can you do the service? So then this is Krishna's will coming through the will of Hari, Guru and Vaishnavas. So then if I think that, how is it, if Vasudeva had taught, 16 doors, already I am shackled. And on top of that, I have not had any prasad also. And there are lions standing outside everywhere. And stone slabs are waiting. How will I cross the Yamuna river? If he had thought all of this, he just had faith in the Lord. Lord has told me, I'll attempt it. See, in spiritual life, our attempt or our desire to serve matters a lot. We may be successful or unsuccessful externally, but our desire to serve, our attempts, that is what is appreciated by the Lord. And eventually, whenever the Lord wants, He will give us whatever He needs. We saw the second line of Shloka, which is Sutam. What is Sutam refers to? The sun. Yeah, and we saw how between the first line and second line, the Lord transformed Himself from 400 form to 200 form for the pleasure of His devotee Devaki. That is what we saw. And the Lord carefully, we saw 3 things happened when Vasudeva picked up Krishna. Number 1, iron shackles broke. Number 2, Kamsa's men went to sleep. Number 3, the doors open. And what is significance of the iron shackles opening? Anyone who carries Krishna, the iron shackles of birth and death, they are broken. What to say of these iron shackles of earth, water, fire, and ether? And the doorkeepers going out to sleep? Kamsa's men sleeping. And we saw the doors opening is compared to the sun rising for the following reasons. Reason number 1, no noise when the sun rises. Number 2, Krishna is the source of the sun itself. So all the darkness is dispelled when Krishna comes in our life. Yeah. And number 3, Krishna is Surya Narayan himself. And we saw multiple reasons why it started raining. Actually, the rain will take a little time. We saw a lot of reasons why it started raining. 5 external reasons, 5 internal reasons, and how Indradev also showered his mercy. We saw that in detail. And we saw the mood of Anantashesh. What is the mood of Anantashesh? Boss anu boss. Correct? Das anu das, not boss anu boss. In material world, people cherish in becoming boss anu boss. The more you grow in a corporate ladder, you feel, yeah, I'm the boss. I should have more people. But in spiritual life, even if you happen to take a role, that is also for service only. For in spiritual life, the ladder is ulta. In corporate ladder, it's like this. Na? In spiritual life, it's like this ulta. The more you grow, the more devotees you get to serve. It is not an external position or platform. One of advancement in spiritual life, what we heard from our superiors is, how many devotees are we getting an opportunity to serve? That is the sign of advancement. Not any external post position, this I got, Mahaprasad I got, no. Most important thing is, I got an opportunity to serve the Lord. That is most important thing. And did Anantashesh disturb the service of the clouds? No. How did he serve? We saw going back and front. He allowed the clouds also to do their service, and the amazing mood of servant of Anantashesh is mentioned. Although Anantashesh was more experienced than Vasudev, we saw that, and we saw why Yamuna was very fearful. I mean, she was very intense. And towards the end, we saw how Sri Prabhupada and he facilitated deity worship, in all our temples. For this reason, that we develop attachment to the Lord, and by that we can actually grow. And we saw Vasudev's service. One last point, and we'll end. Vasudev's service, if you see this entire pastime, is totally selfless. No one actually, later on, Sukadeva Goswami describes this. That's when people come to know. But no one ever knows what service Vasudeva has done. That is the point. And Vasudeva does not go telling around, do you know what I did? I carried Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead appeared as my child. He did not go around telling this. He was happy just to get an opportunity to serve the Lord. So what is distraction? Distraction means that one thinks of his own pleasure. What is absorption? One thinks, how can I please Krishna? Amidst whatever pleasure or pain I may get. My pleasure and pain is secondary. What is primary? Krishna's pleasure, Guru's pleasure, Vaishnava's pleasure is primary, and everything else is secondary. That's what. And towards the end, we saw Parjanya, his second line of child from the Vaishya community, which is Nanda Maharaj, and how Nanda Maharaj, Krishna appeared in the house of Nanda Maharaj. And actually there are so many. I was planning to speak about some demons also, but I think time is short. Going forward, Kamsa sends many demons like Putana, Bakasur, Agashur, Shakadasur, Aga Baka Shakataka, everything. All of these, each of these are sent and they are killed by Krishna. Each of these demons are killed by Krishna. Krishna did not use a single weapon by killing for killing any of these demons. Bhagavatam describes each of Krishna's kill one demon. To show the power of his lips, Putana happened. Power of his leg, Shakadasur, the cart. He doesn't have to do anything, just kick, finished. So that is, we can see each of Trinavarta, Krishna's. He got a hug from Krishna, isn't it amazing? Trinavarta actually got a hug. So you can see that all of these demons, they are not ordinary people. They got some curse in their previous life, some connection to some devotee here and there. That is the greatness. That way. Nalakuver and Manigriv. What Nalakuver and Manigriv could not attain by doing thousands of years of tapasya, they got just by the curse of Narad Muni. Curse of a devotee also is a blessing only. You can see, appears externally Narad Muni cursed, but he cursed so that they could meet Krishna only. These two personalities were such, they were able to see all the pastimes which Krishna performed because they were the only stagnant people there standing in the pastime. That is the greatness of this. So that is what we saw. So thank you very much. We would like to thank each and every one of you for coming for the Shri Krishna Janmashtami Mahamatsav. And let us celebrate this day with more of Shravan Kirtan and chanting the holy names of the Lord. We will, today is a very special day of Janmashtami. So we will end with singing a Vaishnava song, which is sung in Vrindavan Temple, Delhi morning, which is Viphavari Shesha. We will sing this and we will end. Thank you. Shri Prabhupada ki Jai. Hare Krishna. So the song starts with Viphavari Shesha. So in Vaishnava song books, please open up. Hare Krishna. So all of you open up, please. Yeah. Vibhavari Shesha Aloka Pravisha Nidra Chari Utajiva. Loudly please. Vibhavari Shesha Bolo Hari Hari Mukunda Murari Rama Krishna Hayagriva Nasinavamana Srimad Rajendra Nandana Shama Mahana Sivadosana Putana Ghatana Kaitabashakana Jaya Dashara Rama Yasoda Gopala Govinda Gopala Vrindavana Purandara Gopi Priya Jana Radhika Ramana Bhuvana Sundara Bhara Jana Manasa Ravanantakara Makanataskara Gopi Jana Vakrare Karahanatakara Abhihataha Gajira Rakala Opa Vrindapala Chittahari Vachidari Rakala Yogindra Bandhana Srinanda Nandana Vrajajana Bhayahari Navina Nirada Rupa Manohara Mohana Bamshi Vihari Mohana Bamshi Vihari Yasoda Nandana Kamsa Nishodana Nikunjara Savilasi Sandana Nikunjara Savilasi Kadamba Kanana Vasapagayana Banda Vipina Nivasi Ananda Bhutana Puruniti Prabhu Unashara Jagatama Gopangana Gana Chita Vinodana Samasta Guna Gana Dama केवि परायण मानस चंद्र चकोरा केवि परायण मानस चंद्र चकोरा केवि परायण मानस चंद्र नाम सुधारस राम कृष्ण रस वचन मन मोरा नाम सुधारस राम कृष्ण रस वचन मन मोरा दीपावली ब्रह्मचारी जीवा बोलो हरि हरि मुकुंद मुरारी राम कृष्ण हय ग्रीवा राम कृष्ण हय हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Radha Shankar Radha Shankar Radha Jaya Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Jaya Krishna Balaram Jaya Jagannatha Baladeva Upajamai Jaya Sudarshana Jaya Gauranitai Pita Pavana Gauranitai Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev Sai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Sai Gaura Hari Bol. Hari Naam Sankirtan ki Shri Krishna Janmashtami Mahamotsav ki Jai, Sri Prabhupada ki Jai.